Good evening. Well, there's lots of religious turmoil in the world these days, which is strange. That sort of came out of nowhere, eh? The more I hear about religious violence, the more nostalgic I become for the time when the world's religions settled their differences in a more Old Testament fashion. I think that each religion with a dog in the fight should build an altar, and the first side to successfully call down fire from the heavens wins. Any takers? Didn't think so. It's a trick question anyway. You see, testing God is wrong. Beating the shit out of each other in his name, well, that's just part of the plan. It's kind of a shame really that the quality and quantity of miracles dropped precipitously just about the time mankind developed the ability to film them. Back in the days when people just scrolled on parchment, a lot of interesting stuff happened. Water into wine. Resurrections left and right. The prophet Muhammad receiving his revelation astride a flying horse. Now that everyone carries a cell phone with digital recording capability, what have we got? Crying statues. In a post-Avatar world, that's just not going to cut it. And speaking of the prophet Muhammad, to this day I still hear people say that the 9/11 hijackers were brave. Say what you will about their ideology and their tactics, at least they had the courage of their convictions. Well, I disagree. If you'll recall, the prophet Muhammad received his revelation astride a flying horse. So if the 9/11 hijackers had truly put their money where their mouth is, they wouldn't have hijacked a fleet of airliners. No, they'd have absconded with a single troop transport, loaded it with horses, and each hijacker would have mounted a steed and flown it victoriously into the target. Seems to me that if the 9/11 hijackers had faith in anything, it was Boeing. And good for them. It's a fine company. It got the job done. It took an American airliner to bring down the very physical embodiment of Western capitalism. In fact, I'm a little surprised that Boeing hasn't leapt upon 9/11 for marketing purposes at this late stage in the game. I'm picturing something tasteful. An image of the Twin Towers crumbling. And a caption reading, "Sure, it sucked, but fucking hell. Boeing." Is it too soon for 9/11 jokes? That's a pity, because I have a surefire $1 million idea for a new breakfast cereal. Crunchy Twin Towers. Marshmallow airplanes. I call it post-9/11s. Good night.